Hi, and welcome to Tom's Garage, Season 1, Episode 5. Wow, 5 so far. Anyway, before we get started, I wanted to show you something I printed out the other day. The very first Tom Mobile. Here's, that's me right there, and that's my cousin Keith. He's eyeing my 1950 Ford sedan, and my grandfather built this Tommobile for me, and he's pushing me around in it. And then they actually built us a cushioned dashboard, or what we would like to refer to today as the early airbags, in case so I didn't hit myself when I stopped quickly. But you can see I started early, and my grandfather was very good at carpentry work. Anyway, today we're going to talk about bottoms. I'm sure a lot of you have not seen these kind of bottoms before. So let's get started on the first one. Well, now to look at bottoms. Now, what do you think we're going to look at anyway? Come on. So here's what most people think bottoms of cars look like. They're all open in the bottom. You can see the exhaust, you can see the crank and so forth. And in a lot of cases, that's what they're like. But supercars technically don't have, you can't see the parts of the engines in the bottom. This is a 1993, and this is like 80s tech car here, and it's a touring car and not for track. But you can see that it's sort of antiquated as far as coatings are concerned. You've got panels that are metal panels underneath that are coated with some type of coating on it that keeps it from corroding, especially if you're in the East Coast or so forth. But you've got parts like up in here. This is mixed materials here. Here, up in here, the front of the car, that is aluminum. But back in here, it's actually sheet metals, and it's actually riveted and bolted together. It's 93 after all, so gives you a feeling that I think this is what mainly people think bottom of cars look like. And in this case, it's right. But as we move on into the 2000s, you will see that they're a little bit different. Now, this is my favorite bottom of the car. A lot different than the Ferrari. So, of course, technology's 2006 automobile, so there's a lot of technology changes, particularly with ground effect. This car, the bottom is completely flat from front to back. And the front, it's got a splitter. You can kind of see that splitter there running around, which splits the air from side to side, so you don't get a blockage in the front. And then back here in the back, air is zooming across the bottom of this car. It's so flat, there's no drag, and it causes a downforce into here and pushes the car down to the road because it's so close, and it smooths along. And what air is left back here comes back to the diffuser here, and the diffuser has these little fins, kind of like a plane fins, and that lets the air flow, out the back without a big gush of air, which is causing a lot of drag behind the car. So this helps the air what's under the car come out the back smoothly. It doesn't cause drag. But this is all aluminum under here. And what I like most about this car is that if I'm down here working and I forget what car I'm under, well, it says it right here. GT. I'm under the GT. Oh, yeah. Of course, I just finished cleaning it. Spick and span. Mirror, mirror on the carbon. What's the greatest car of all? Well, I'll tell you what car is the greatest. We're under it. This is the Carrera GT, built in 2005, out of high-tech material. The whole car is built out of carbon fiber, even the underbelly. And the underbelly is, well, whatever carbon fiber is about 30% lighter than aluminum is. So you can see that this car was built to be as light as possible. Therefore, it can go faster with the same amount of horsepower as you would an aluminum car. So this is just as smooth as a baby's butt all the way up to the front. And then we've got aluminum fins, well actually carbon fiber fins here, to direct all of the air to the back. And this car is just like a mirror, all the way back to the back of the car, where we have the diffusers right up in here. That's diffusing the air out to the back. The 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, the last of the analog supercars. Hi. So what do we have here? What was that? That was kind of high-tech looking. Was that a plane or automobile? But look, when you look here at the bottom, look what the bottom is made out of. It's made out of wood. Wood in a high-tech automobile. This is what they call jabrock. This is a birch laminated material that they used for Formula 3 and Formula 1 cars. Actually, they started it back in the 90s when Ayrton Senna, after his deadly crash, they decided to put this on for safety reasons. Not mainly for blows, but that the FIA could look at the cars after they ran on the track to make sure they weren't running too low to the ground, so there'd be scratches on it. So that's why they came up with jabrock. Nowadays they make maybe the jabrock out of titanium and stuff, but for the Formula 3 cars and less expensive automobiles like my 2005 BAC, no, it's actually 2015 BAC Mono, that they use jabrock, and they cover the whole car with it, just not down the center like they did with the Formula cars, but the whole car is got plywood, so to speak, screwed to the bottom of the car. So it's all screwed in here in sections, and you can take it off and replace it. If it gets hit with something, you go over a rumble strip and you damage it, you can take a section off and replace it. Better to do that than have to replace the whole bottom carbon fiber of the car. And then in the back we have the normal sections here. We have the diffusers in the back, and this part here is carbon fiber, so you can get into it easily and it reduces the weight. But this is an extraordinary difference from the very first cars we started out with to getting to a car that's the bottom is wood. Who would have guessed? Okay, we'll see you later.